what's up everybody? So today we got a different kind of video. We have a Kia Sorento, and it's not gonna be a typical review video. It's gonna be sort of like a fixer-upper sort of series I want to do. Be something special for the channel. Let me know what you guys think. And I will say this, the car needs a lot of work, but as you can still running and driving down the road fine. It does have a check engine light. It's my first time driving it, and I noticed there's a knocking in the front end. So I'm thinking possibly a control arm or some sort of suspension component up here is faulty. The heat is blowing warm right now, and the seat heater is doing its job, so it's got that going for it. It's a 2014 model with 206,000 miles on it. There's your interior, definitely needs some detailing. Not much junk, but you can see there's a little bit of mold. This car has been sitting for quite a while. It's missing both rear door handles. And there's a crease on that driver's side door. Not really concerned about the body damage at this point. Just want something that can be reliable for a family in need to get around and whatnot around town. This should do the job just fine for him once everything is sorted. The car is 10 years old at this point, but it is modern for my standards. Hail damage on the hood there. Hail damage kind of runs along the upper sides of the door as well. And on the roof, kind of hard to see because it's frosty right now. There's gonna be that 2.4 4-cylinder GDI motor. I don't know, this one might look original to me, guys. A little crusty. I'm not sure at this point if Kia would still honor that recall. It's been a while. I know they were doing it for quite an extended time, but it might be too late at this point. Let's go ahead and scan that engine code. STD? What?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
One code found. Let's see what we got. Cam position timing over advanced. Okay. So either has a timing issue or the sensor is faulty. So it could be easy, could be way more involved. Nothing on that transmission side, that's good. So real quick, just went around and looked at the tires, and this one is measuring about 4/32 of tread remaining. That one has about 6 millimeters of tread remaining. I'm trying to keep the thicker tread tires in the front, although it is an all-wheel drive model. It's front-wheel drive bias, meaning it sends most of the power to the front wheels. So that means the tires in the front are just gonna wear faster. So just trying to get the most out of the tires. Go ahead and get that done. Yikes. You can see the difference in the tire. This is the better one. This one's a little worse for the rear. And you can see there's still a little rust on the rotor. The pads in the rear are looking okay. That suspension I was feeling felt like front end. This pad doesn't look bad either. Nope. This other side, the thicker tread tire was already in the front, so I was just gonna leave it as is for now. You can kind of get a peek. And see, those don't look bad either. Yeah, not bad. So I think the brakes are good on this one. Tire is good enough for now. This one, honestly, is getting a little bit lower on tread, but still has some life left in her, so we'll just go ahead and send it for. Remember, star pattern is key. You want to go that way. Oh, that's play right there. That ain't right, bro. That ain't right. See what the hell going on here. Oh yeah, that's the ball joint. So it's gonna need a new ball joint. It might be easy on this one, boys. Looks like it's just a bolt and 2 nuts. And then of course that bolt and nut. And it looks like it just comes off of that control on there. I don't wanna, you know, famous last words as a car guy, say, oh, it should be easy. I don't wanna say that, but I mean, it's funny because it felt like the front right to me. I shook that side down though, over there, and it felt normal, you know. You can shake the wheel like this, you don't hear nothing. A little bit of wiggle is normal, but when it's traveling that much, making a knocking noise that easy, that ain't right. So front lower driver's side ball joint is what we need. Add that to the list. And also, when while I'm remembering, we got a little crack here, not so bad. There's slight condensation, but that's not horrible. This side I'm more worried about. We got a hole, and that socket got corroded. We're just gonna need to go ahead and replace this housing. Interestingly enough, the LED version is cheaper. However, I'm gonna go with this normal style taillight. I think this is just holding more value because it's just more serviceable. You can see there's standing water in here. So we're gonna go ahead and just get the whole taillight assembly. This reflector here maybe can be re-glued somehow. Might be able to do a little something with that. And then this mirror, might want to go ahead and just replace that too. One more issue to the list, the hood shocks are shot. As soon as I let go of it, down she goes. Automatic closer, right? Nah, that need to be addressed too. Get a good look at these other tires. Not too bad. Date codes. They mounted it wrong, of course. They always like to do that. That's how they get you. What do we got? 2018 tire. It's kind of old. Over here. Again, I didn't mount it right. A 21 tire. That ain't bad. 3-year-old tire at this point. And we have another Firestone and Hankook tire. This Firestone's 21. That's good. And this one, another 21. So we only got one tire from 2018. That's a bit older. It's not super dry rutted though, so I'm not too worried about it. But at the same time, general rule of thumb I kind of go by is like, once the tire gets over 5 years old, just think about going ahead and changing those tires anyway. Struts don't seem to be leaking or anything. That's good. I mean, the suspension felt all right other than that knocking, you know. I just felt that immediately. I was like, oh my God. Before I even pulled up the neighborhood, I was like, that ain't good, brother. Yeah, that ain't good. I think that's the most important thing to get done at this point. Oh, shit. Let's also check this oil. Oh. Low, down, and dirty. Not good. Definitely gonna need an oil change. I kind of expected that, to be honest. Yeah, it's not even on the dipstick. It's definitely super low. I do think I have some oil here. Here's how it sounds on startup. So it starts right up. Overall, still a solid running car, and I think it was a decent deal for what it was. Can't really argue with the price we got it. Sub $1,000 purchase here, so let me know what you guys think. 2014 Kia Sorento. Not the best looker with the hell dumb engine oil. This hood would probably just be cheaper to just go ahead and replace this rather than get all that repaired. I imagine that would be pricey. And the roof, you know, if it really bothers you, you can have somebody do it. But for our purposes, we're just not gonna worry about this bodywork, cosmetic stuff. New mirror came in. See my ugly mug here. Kind of got a head start, but I got one of these plastic removable things. You just kind of pop it. Work your way around. Let's try the door handle, shall we? It seems pretty straightforward. Well, it's got these lips here. Doing it all wrong, it actually goes toward the inside. Who would have thought? Who would have thunk it? You know, right there too. There you go. Snap that in. What I got here should just kind of slide in, I'm thinking, like so. Door hasn't been opened. Well, it's been cold out here anyway. Seems easy enough, right? It's gonna make the car look a lot better, but more importantly, much more functional. Hey, bud. The little bug right there made a little home. Thought I was gonna have to take the door card off at first, but it's just a little access hole down in there. May be hard to make out, but there is a 10 mil Phillips bolt holding in. This is part of the original cap. Doesn't seem like a whole lot of, well, I guess that's how it's supposed to be. Oh no. I'm gonna run that in by hand though first, of course, to make sure it's on the threads right. I felt it was catching by hand at first. Just run it in and you feel that resistance, right? Snug it up. See? Don't want to go too crazy. That's about it, you know? Just gonna hold it. It doesn't look so bad. I think they break in half like that, if I'm not mistaken. Well, hopefully the kids are gentle with it. Give them a little pep talk. Take it easy there. We'll try to make that gap look a little better, but hell of an improvement so far. And try to get the gap a little bit better, but can't expect perfection from non-OEM, especially if it's as cheap as this, with like $10 on Amazon, so can't really complain. But yeah, it does the job, looks fine. We'll go ahead and put that plug back in. It's starting to look like a car again. My man here replacing the windshield for me. Shout out Glass America. I'm gonna get that shattered one out and get that new one in. We'll check back in later. It's the end result, y'all. Got the phone line. Looked like it was still cracked for a second, but yeah, much better now. Brand new. Yes, sir. All right, I gotta get out of here. We'll catch up with you later. All right, next order of business. See, we got a hole in here. It's no good. It's exposed to the elements. So This is gonna go bye-bye. I got a used one for about $60 after shipping and handling and all, so not too bad. Go ahead and swap it out. I did remove this recently just so I could have some sort of turn signal board in here that worked. So that's why it came out so easily. Yeah, look at that. I don't know if you can see it. Part of the lens just fell out. Alright, we'll just unplug these and plug the new one in. What's good, everybody? Next door to the business. Got the strap for the trunk. See which one looks worse and just replace it. They look both pretty bad. I probably should have got both of them, but fuck it. It's cold as fuck today, at least for me. 17 was low. Down in North Carolina, that's cold as fuck, if you don't know. All I did really, take the flathead, pry that piece up right here. Pop it out. Holy shit. Good thing that didn't break. I gotta do the same thing right here. All right, coming with the new one, don't have to worry about popping them clips off. Should just pop in like that, up here. Twist it. Oh, this is strong. I think one is enough. I think I'm right. Yep, that's all I needed, just one. Sometimes one will just do the trick. But yeah, now the trunk stays up on its own. Little improvements, one by one. Makes all the difference. Shout out DJ No Way, cause maintenance is key. And these Kias, shout out to Kia. I'm not a big Kia guy, but they do make air filter replacement very easy on a lot of their cars. Just these two clips that snap off. Pull that up, and then this folds down like so. It slides right out of there. Kind of hard to do one-handed, but not so bad. There you go. You can still do it with one hand though. Got the Rock Auto speckles here. A little before and after. See, that side don't look bad, but this is pretty bad. Just stuffed with dirt and debris. And here's the new one. I'm gonna slide that in, make a deposit. This folds back up under that lip. Go a little further. Nah. Shut the fuck up. Scared the shit out of me. Like that. I don't know. Yeah. Pop, pop. Yeah, for whatever reason, the turn signal socket was missing. I got the new one here. 2357 in there. Always make sure they sent you the right part, cause that ain't it, bro. OG one is the one they sent me. So Rock Auto, come on, bro. Come on, Rock Auto. What is that?
What is that?
Next up, you got the oil change. I'm just trying to get it up
Hey, yo.
temperature wise. So the oil all that dirty oil come out more easy. We're gonna get this lower front ball joint replaced too. All right, that look good right here. Go ahead and cut her off. All right, y'all, when you jack up the car, make sure you use the frame rails. Pinch wheels might be good too if it's not like rusty or anything, but general rule of thumb, just try to use the unibody frame rails or just frame. Now that the vehicle's up to operating temperature, crack this loose. Also, this one, 5W20 is recommended. And I like to just lift that up, get a little more airflow through here so the oil evacuates a little quicker for you. There's our oil filter right here. They give a hole here and a hole here for the drain plug, so not too shabby. All right, little change of plan, y'all. That oil filter way too tight, and the access hole, I can't get good leverage with my oil filter wrench here. So what we're gonna do is just drop that under tray. It's gonna save us a little cleaning up work too. It's just gonna be a lot of 10 mils, so it is what it is, no biggie. Let's go ahead and zip it out. I don't know if I saw that, but it broke loose, no problem. Now I could get this angle. Before, I was stuck like that. Now, we can break it loose like that. Pretty nasty. Like that. Drain out of there. Make sure that seal is still on there, which it is, and that there's no seal stuck up there. If you don't, and there is one, could cause oil leak for you. Put a little oil on there. Run that back in. Okay, that should be good. Don't over tighten it, because that's what the last person did. It's kind of a pain to get off. Then just a matter of zipping that under tray back on. And now I'm about to top her off with the 4.9 quarts at 520. I like full synthetic, so let's get it. Looks pretty simple, you know, you got a bolt and two nuts there, cotter pin, bolt and nut, and then you want to spread that where the good Lord split the knuckle. This is the bolt that was fighting me so much. It doesn't even look that bad, but yeah, it does have some rust, and it was so freaking cold, so let this torch sit on it for a little bit, and it did the trick. A little bit, I mean a lot of it, honestly, but we got that bitch bolt out, so it's on to a matter of just knocking that ball joint from the spindle back in the remaining bolt and nut out, and swapping in the new part. I'm sorry, y'all, I wish I got it on camera, but I wedged that little pry bar right here, knocked that in with a hammer, and then I was using this long pry bar to get it started. You see how long it is, so I got pretty good leverage, and got it out a little bit, but I ended up just cracking right here with a hammer, and it popped out eventually. So we're just gonna zip those and then swap in our new one. And this is it, boys, new ball joint in there. Got that cotter pin bent around it like so. Same orientation. Torqued everything to spec. So we'll throw the wheel on back on it, jack it down, test drive to see how I feel. Shake it down too. Before, after. This thing, I want to see if I can make it look a little better. I'm not really gonna do no body work. I just want to see if I can heat that up, bend it out, and put that back where it's supposed to be to better match that side. So we'll give it a shot. All right, update. Sorry I haven't been really thorough with this one, but I just got the bumper off enough. I didn't take it all the way off. I just kind of spaced it out. It's got some funky brackets. Once you loosen the bumper, you kind of yank this, and then there's two brackets with Phillips head screws kind of facing this way. If y'all are working on these, kind of weird, but it's doable. Yeah, tear still in the bumper. If I had more time, resources, money, whatever, it'd probably look a little better, but this is a lot better than it was. It's not hanging out, knocking around, making much noise. And also, whenever you remove the bumper, make sure you tape it off like that. This just kind of pops back in. Something like that. I'll come back to that. But yeah, screws up here, screws down there, clips back on there. Also some screws on the underside. But yeah, not too bad to do. End result looks better. Again, not perfect by any means, but much better. Looking a little more symmetrical. It was making a knocking noise too, so that was hella annoying. Soon after fixing all those issues, the check engine light came back on, this time for an O2 sensor. I did not get any footage, but it was in about this area and wasn't too bad to access. I used a dedicated O2 sensor socket to break it loose, and replacement was pretty straightforward from there. Initially, we bought the vehicle for $800, but when I was cleaning it out, I actually found a dollar change, so we'll call it an even $799. I sourced most of the parts off rockauto.com, where I bought the lower ball joint for $30, turn signal socket for $20, cabin air filter for $8, air filter for $5, trunk shock for $10, and O2 sensor for $54. I bought the taillight I needed used for $60 from carpart.com. I had Glass America replace the windshield for me at $311, and I got the rear door handles for $20 together off Amazon. I essentially got a free mirror glass because the seller refunded me and did not want it sent back. The part still fit, it just didn't have the heating element the car was optioned with. And I almost forgot the oil and oil filter, which ran me another $34. That is all the repair costs accounted for, but there were still a few more expenses. I opted for an instant title in my state, which runs a premium and cost me $254, and I offered to cover the $20 for the title to get notarized for the buyer. So in the end, my total investment was $1,625. I took decent pictures and listed the car on Facebook Marketplace for $3,900 OBO. I met with 2 potential buyers on the next day, and I agreed to sell the car to the second guy, who offered me $3,000 cash. Within about 4 days after the listing was posted, the deal was finalized. In the end, we ended up turning a $1,375 profit, so I would say it was a W. Best part was, it wasn't much money invested, but still made a good return. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, that's it. Done deal. 2014 Kia Sorento. LX? EX, your guess is as good as mine. I think it's an LX, but it's not it's definitely not a base model. It's got heated seats and parking sensor, rear backup camera, shades in the back, so it's not bad. Pretty well optioned for what it is. I'll give it that. But that's it. Appreciate you all watching the video. Y'all take it easy.